So today's topic, yeah, today's topic is block number 4 of MES-084, that is stimulated learning environment for preschool children. Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So first unit, or you may say 14 unit, that is learning environment for preschool children. Very interesting topic today. So today's discussion, the importance of school plant for a preschool. You know, school is being considered like a plant. The essential equipment and facilities for learning, and what are the measures to be taken for ensuring the safety and security in preschool for the children. First of all, we will take school plant. So as it is nomenclature of school plant, it is obvious, quite obvious that we are talking about something about environment as well as school environment. So the school plant of a preschool must have an environment that fosters holistic development of child and that facilitate learning. The school plant may include, hello, Uh, Sorry for inconvenience caused. So, school plant of a preschool must have an environment that foster holistic development of children and facilitate learning. The school plant may include, besides spacious playground and garden, spacious building to meet out the requirement for young children. The school plant is to be based on following principles. There are principles which is defining school environment like a plant. One is efficiency and unity. The school plant should be assembled in a manner that will promote efficient school management and convenience of children and other who use it. Others means teachers, parents, and other staff members who are involved in preschools. Interfunctional coordination. So each unit of plant, just there may be several units, and among the several units there should be interfunctional coordination. Like if this music instruments, playing uh, activities equipment, and some instrument for outdoor play. So there should be a kind of interfunctional coordination in all units of school plant. Curriculum adequacy. The plant must be planned to provide facilities necessary for efficient and effective operation of various activities. Various activities means that may of teaching learning, that may be kind of sports, that may be kind of music and other activities. Adaptability. A school plant should be planned in such way for future adaptation for meet changing requirement as per the need of society, as per the needs, even as per the evolvement of ICT and many things. Means is whatever the available in the school that may adapt with future requirements. Economy, yes, of course, because the things and the equipment and the playway things should not be too much costly. So a school plant should be economical in its initial cost and further their maintenance also and further operations. Safety and well-being. The school plant should be planned so as to protect the health and safety of children, teachers, and all those who use it. Kind of security and safety feeling should be given to each and everyone who are in school. It should also be comfortable for children and other who use it daily. One is beauty. The entire school plant should be cheerful, attractive, and pleasing so that students may happily join, may happily attend the school daily. And for better performance of school, there should be some provisions for indoor and outdoor activities for the children. What should be the learning environment and what will be the role of teacher? Learning environment means a supportive environment is required so that child's optimal development take place. Child may be able to learn more and more. The child's development in the four domains. Four domains are very clearly defined: social, physical, cognitive, and emotional. The development should be all for these domains. And see, there should be a environment where purposeful activity may take place. And for that, for making a good learning environment, the teachers' roles become very important. For learning environment, the main role of teachers and others means parents and administrations may be like organize the environment and establish a climate for positive social interaction. Means school environment should be like that. There may social interaction in very effective way. Set routine for active learning and plan experiences for children. Encourage the children for problem solving and reflections. Means 3 hours must be developed: reading, writing, and arithmetics. Observe and interpret the action of each child in terms of the developmental principles. So this is the duty to develop all these kind of environment and kind of climate so that learner can learn effectively and easily with joy. There are some principles for creating of learning environment also. So what are the principles? First is various domains of child development. The domains may be physical, social, emotional, and cognitive, which are closely relative. So there should be a provision for development of these domains. Hence, creating a learning environment for favor only one domain is not enough. If the physical domain is available, social domain is available, and emotional and cognitive development is not available, so it affects the all-round development of the child. Development proceeds towards greater complexity, but every child develops a unique way. We know that every child has individual ability, individual differences, individual capacity. So their learning ability and learning interest may also be different, but it is the responsibility of schools and teachers to create a learning environment in such a way that every student can learn. Learning is to be based on activities so that children can construct their own understanding of the social and physical world, whatever is around them. Development and learning occurs in social and cultural contexts. Further, what is next principle? Developmental activities that are play based and joyful to learners, and the resources required for carrying out these activities are essential part of learning environment. Means there should be a provision or there should be a essentially good environment for joyful and playway learning so that learner may take interest. Play is an important means for the child physical, social, emotional, and cognitive development. Therefore, many philosophers like Froebel, kindergarten, Frobel and Montresi, both have given more emphasis on playway method for teaching the child. Children develop and learn best in an environment where they feel safe, secure, physically comfortable, loved, and respected, and many more, so that learner may take school as a second home. The governing principles for providing the child the freedom in learning environment may be following. Children's inner drive and curiosity must be satisfied, means it's duty both teachers and school that inner drive and curiosity of children must be satisfied. Child should set the pace for their own learning. Everything has to be interpreted from the child point of view, means learner center education should be there, and not from the adult point of view, or not from the teacher's point of view, or not from the school administration point of view, means learning should be maximum at maximum extent child center. Freedom has to be channelized through proper guidance. You give all freedom, no, that should be monitored, controlled through proper guidance. The freedom for the child to play with the material should be proceed by the knowledge of the correct use of materials. They should not use knife for without care and without guidance. Although knife is required for cutting the paper and for many things, but these, even paper also, if you give freedom to the child that use paper whatever and how you want to use, then they will destroy the paper, and for that paper may be very useful for drawing and painting. Last but not least, the environment must be safe for the child. Yeah. So next is, what should be ideal learning environment? If the learner is ready to learn and teacher is ready to teach, then definitely teaching learning will produce something good. But there is a word, ideal. What kind of ideal learning environment, as per the view of philosopher and educationist? So three fundamental factors are required to make ideal learning environment. One is physical environment. Learning materials, means what should be the learning materials for learning, and how should be the physical environment of school. And third one is the teachers. So we will take one by one. First, the physical environment. What kind of physical environment should be there for ideal learning environment? The space for interest area may include means areas devoted to book be kept separately, arts activities for separately, toys and games separately. All these things be given separate place for quite activities. Areas set aside for dramatic play, block building, working with wood, and the other activities involving large muscles that provide choice of active engagement. Areas which allow easy access to learning materials. Some materials should be easily available to the children. Areas that offer opportunity for solitary, parallel, and group play. So this is about kind of space given to the uh, things which are required for teaching learning process of the child. Walls, even as far as physical environment is concerned, wall may be painted with washable non-toxic semi-gloss paint. The paint should not be toxic. Paint should not be like daisy. That should be very clean and washable. If the child throw the ink on and throw the dust, that should be washed properly. Use of pastel colors such as blue, green, lilac, and natural colors in rooms so as to get a lot of natural lights. So color should be like that. The light may reflect. That color should not be dark in the classroom. Apart from learning aids like plastic wooden alphabets, colorful pictures, words, sentences describing the pictures, cartoons, children's artwork, photograph of children engaged in various activities, and maybe on display at the eye level of the children means these should not be too much up and not should not be too much down. That should be within the eye contact of the children. Storage facilities, classroom and other rooms need to have adequate storage facility. Storage space that children may use on their own need to be accessible to the children. Even shelves in the classroom should be neat and organized, and material should be labeled so that children can make easily choose. Each child may have an area bearing his name and so that he or may keep their personal items in the common areas. Shelves may be labeled with pictures so that children know where toys and materials are. So labeling is the most important on shelves as well as the common areas, common shelves of the children. In continuation, floor. If you talk about floor, the floor should be stained and fire resistant. They should not be very smooth, otherwise sleepy. They should not be sleepy and should be easy to clean and maintain. If the floor is slippery, then accident and many unwanted things may happen with the child. Window, window also need to be clean with clear sight. The mirror should not be so uncleaned and so that sight should be very clear. Even grills, etc., should be very properly in. Otherwise, many accident or to avoid the accident falls. Even curtains also be very washable and very soft and should not collect the dust. Should not the barrier of allergic things. When the classroom environment is well organized, then as a teacher, you will be able to notice that children act in the following ways: make choice and select activities on their own, use materials appropriately and creatively once they enter an interest area, and help in keeping the room tidy. Involvement is an activity is sustained, play and work is more satisfying, safety of children is enhanced. So ideal learning environment uh, depends many physical things. Next is learning material. What is the learning material should be available for making the learning environment ideal? You know, activities and learning material used for teaching, not only teaching as well as reinforcement for the child, and which is need to be changed from time to time. As children start feeling bored doing the same thing again and again, it is the duty, it is the responsibility of teacher. Then they may change the learning material, or they may use some kind of reinforcement for the child. Material and activity which stimulate and train the sense of offering different sounds, patterns, colors, textures, and smells are very useful for learning. Materials that lead to self directed learning activities that are either self correcting or open ended in nature are also helpful, useful. Learning materials that promote group work and play are useful for developing social skills. So these learning material not only important for teaching, it's important for learning, it's important for developing the social skill, it's important for developing the other domain, cognitive, intellectual, as well as physical. So if you talk about selection of materials, what type of selection should be arranged in the schools? So following point must be considered while selecting the materials, like the materials should be appropriate for children's age. You know, every material is not applicable for every age level children, because 4 years old child may have other toys and materials. 5-year child have other material and toys. So it should be, learning material should be as per the level of the child. The learning material should be appropriate for children's level of development, abilities, needs, and interests. And they should, learning material should encourage the child for participation and involvement. Learning material should be very simple in use and use. It should be very durable and safe. 1 second. Yeah, learning material should be simple in use. Learning material should be durable and safe. It should not harm the child. Learning material should versatile enough to unfold creative and inventive potential of the children. You know, learning material is not similar. It is maybe different of nature and kind and types. So there are some material which is being used to stimulate active learning, And what they are: objects used in daily life like buckets, pots and pans, brooms, dust pans, watering cans. These are the materials which are using to stimulate active learning. Materials such as shells, pebbles, stones, sticks, sand, water, clay. These are also the material which are being used by children with joy and happiness. Materials for carpentry and other craft like wooden box, shovels, materials that exercise smaller muscles and develop even psychomotor skills like button and beads, etc. So there are different kind of learning material having for different kind of development of activities and development of domain. So what is the teacher for ideal learning environment? Teacher is the main important factor who is a mentor, a facilitator, a guide for overall activities is being performed in the schools. So quality of education depends upon the quality of teacher, and there is a certain role for making ideal learning environment that are provide means teacher is expected to provide constructive guidance to the child. Teacher is also expected to observe the child and provide indirect support as and when child required. Arouse children's curiosity and thinking skills. Respect child's freedom and mold and monitor and control and supervise, and ability to make choice for him or herself. Identify any developmental or learning problems, whatever felt by learner, and plan a work of action to help the child. Next. Yeah. Next is facilities and equipments. If you talk about the facilities and equipment which are required in preschools, so what should be the facilities and equipment which are required in preschools? Include that bright, safe, welcoming classroom. Means the color of wall should be bright, should be safe, means there should not be any open things which may harm the child. Welcoming means the room should be attractive enough so that students may take interest while they attend the classroom. With furniture, with furnitures meant for children, means furniture also should be as per the need, as per the interest of the children. That may be the learner friendly, and display on wall also be interactive. Chalkboard and other boards, books, teaching aids, storage space. These all should be in a very planned way and good manner. Second, indoor plays areas equipped with toys and games. The indoor play area should be equipped with good type of toys, games, and many items for playway learning. Spacious and fence covered playground with swing, slides, sandbox, playhouse, and equipment for climbing, crawling, riding, tricycle, or many other things. So, ground should be properly maintained by fencing, and there should be a facility for children's activity like climbing, crawling, riding, etc. And there should be children washroom in school, and there should must also be there reading cozy corner for making cheerful and learner friendly school. Sand pit, shallow pools are also be attractive things for the children. Even house play area with dishes and appliances, it's for gardening. Many more things like brightly colored rug, mats, utensils, computers, etc. can also be added in the list if we talk about equipment and facilities. Space, the school building should be have very good space, should have adequate lighting, should have trees and gardening so that temperatures also be in control. Sound absorbing facilities may also be there. If it is outside the city, it is good. If it is not, then sound absorbing facilities should be there. Be reasonably clean and well maintained. School should have ample indoor space and adequate furnishings. Next, equipment. Some of the essential equipment of a preschools are as follows, like furniture. The furniture should include those meant for storage of toys and other material. There should be a proper place, proper space for maintaining the toys and materials. Low height and colorful tables for attracting the child. And chairs also should be colorful. Adaptive furniture suitable for children, even disabled children's. Woodwork bench, sand oblique water table also be there. Furniture for relaxation and comfort so that children may take rest. These provision also be there in the schools. If you talk about books, books should also be appropriate as per the age of the child, as per the developmental capacity, and as per the abilities of the children. But books, whatever books we have in the school, should be organized in a such a way that children may freely choose, freely use, or finally the this school should be work as a book center, reading center. Books and language material may be rotated among the children because sometimes language materials are very few, so it should be on rotation. The wide selection of books related to plant, animal, nature, people of various races, culture, fantasy means total environment informative material should be there, and it should be included in the books list. Additional language material must also be available like posters, pictures, flannel board and display pictures, card, and many stories and songs, poems, books also be there. In the even if it is possible, it may be available in their regional languages also. Equipment of art. So different arts material must be provided to the children so that they may have various kind of experiences and which may be helpful for their creative development. And some of materials are given below, like drawing materials. There should be arrangement of drawing materials like paper, crayons, markers, and pencils. Painting materials like finger paint, watercolors, brushes. College materials like feathers, buttons, and yarns. And as a special case, material for constructive play like play dog and clay also be available in the schools. Even for music, because we are talking for music, for songs also, so there should be equipment essentially available in the school, like music center or music room with musical instruments should be there. And there may be a space for dance and rhythmic movement of the children. Even recorded music in CDs and hard drives may also be available, containing the songs, folk songs, and songs in different language may also be available in the schools. Musical instruments which are suitable for the pre-primary level should also be there. Dramatic play area is to be clearly defined with the space to play. Dramatic play materials including a variety of dress-up material like toys, etc., should also be available. Equipments for play. Play is important for the physical, mental, as well as cognitive development, or if we say all-round development is very important activity. So there should be equipment for play. So variety of toys, games, and playground equipment, what, whatever we have discussed in previously, and provisions for sand and water and clay also be there, so that students may play in individual as well as in groups. Today's need TV, video, and computers. This facility also be available in the school, like television sets, video or CD player, computers. The content displayed in a preschool should be non-violent and culturally sensitive. So it is the duty of teacher and school administration. There should be a uh, proper timetable for watching the TV and handling the computers. NCRT in 1991 also listed out some desirable items for learning in preschools as well as in nursery schools. So, paddling car, old tires for physical activity hang on the frame, large pipe about 8 feet long centimeters, and it should be grounded for crapping through it, nesting frame with planks, triangular set with planks, wading pools or big tub. If pool is not available, there should be a big tub, floating toys, rubber dust, boats, pull and push carts, a sand pit or a big sand tray where 8 to 10 children may play and may enjoy together. Tumblers, small buckets for sand play. So these very easily available items should be available in the school as per the NCRT guidelines given in 1991. If you talk about safety practice, it is also important for running the school, not only running a school, even for the security and safety of the child. The safety practices to be followed in preschools. There are two, indoor and outdoor. The first safety practices we will discuss, then outdoor. Yeah, if you talk about indoor safety practices, so protective covers on electrical outlets protect children from electrical shocks because these or electrical outlets should be covered by tape and papers. Otherwise, they will be risky for the children. So, and if it is possible, these points and electrical outlets should be out of the reach of the children. Heavy object or furniture must be used so that children cannot able to pull them down. While those used by children, these furniture should be very light so that children are not hurt if it fall on them. Hot stove, fireplace must be away from the children's reach. Medicines, disinfectants, pesticides, aerosols, and other many things which should be locked, either in locked and should be keep away from the children. Ensure that mats, rugs do not slides or present traveling hazards. Open terrace should also not be there in the schools. There should be proper fencing. Floors should not be slippery. Water on floor should be immediately wiped. Children should not be left unsupervised. At every moment, every activity should be supervised by the teacher. And there are some outdoor safety practices. Safety practices outdoors is very disturbed. Yeah, outdoor, whatever is concerned, the tools that could harm children like scissor, hoils should be kept out of the reach of the children. Walkway and stairs should be non-slippery, wide and with handrails also. Play equipment should pose no threats of head entrapment, finger entrapment, and injury from pinch point or projections. Fault zone under play equipment should have sufficient cushioning. Children should not be left unsupervised if the play or activity or learning is outdoor. This is about unit first. Second is play and early childhood education. And in this unit, we will discuss the major characteristics of play, types of play, importance of play, and that too specific importance of play for teaching process for teaching in preschool children. First, we will talk the characteristics of play. The major characteristics of play are following. Means play should be like that children may be involved. Play is instinctive. No child is trained to play. It occurs naturally through intrinsic motivations. So play should be like that can motivate the child to play further. Play is voluntary. It cannot be forced on the student, but only we can motivate, we can guide, we can teach the learner that play is important for health, but it is voluntary and it is a activity which is totally depend on the interest of the child. There is often no definite purpose in play. Play is spontaneous. It should be enjoyed by the child. Children often express the urge to create and explore while playing. Children may play and may play with the group, but with increasing age, they play more with others than alone. So peer group play is good for the all-round development of the child because playing with group taught the child many things like cooperation, empathy, sensitivity, and many things. Play is natural expression of the child's feeling, thoughts, and experiences. It is a spontaneous expression of the child life. And finally, play help in preparation of the life. So these are the characteristics of play. What kind of play may be? So there are two type of play only: free play and organized play. Free play means the child start playing with their interest anywhere, anytime. It is unstructured, like child jump, run, dance aimlessly in school and in home and even in field, even in different areas. Organized play means that is kind of structured. It helps children to learn and follow the rules of the game and play together. So this is the type of play. If we talk that play can also be differentiated into the following types like play for physical development and development of motor. There are some play which are important for physical development. There are some play which are important for social development are called social play. There are constructive play which are important for the development of constructive ability of the child. Some are dramatizing and there are some games. So what are the importance of play? Play is important for development of the child. Play is important for learning. Play is important for physical, emotional, and various dimensions and for their development. So play is essential to normal growth of body and mind, and it is also for emotional, moral, and social development. It also help in cognitive development of the child. The role of play in development of skill leading to social competencies is receiving considerable attention. Early childhood educators like teachers have recognized the need of play activities to be an internal part of preschool curriculum. So the importance of play along different dimensions like play is important for physical development, play is important for mental development, play is important for social development, play is important for emotional development, play is important for development of creativity, even preparation for life. Even play is also important for therapy. So I think play is important for all round development of the child. So there is a question: why do preschool teachers need to encourage play? The answer is teachers should encourage the play because play foster physical development and help in developing control over the body. Play help in exploration, developing thoughts, process and creativity. Play provides social training and even language skills, help in cognitive development, and play also provide the emotional training. Next, there are some theoretical basis also. If you remember, the theoretical and philosophical, even educational theories, what we have already read and learned. I'm just repeating again. You may remember the name Sigmund Freud, Brunner, Maria Montessori, Jean Piaget, Vygotsky. They all have given the importance for play. Sigmund Freud said that play is a therapy. You know, he was the famous theorist, psychoanalyst, analyst, and described that play as a children mechanism for repeatedly working out as I previously experienced traumatic events in an effort to correct or master the event to his or her satisfaction. Brunner said, no, play is a rehearsal and preparation for the further life. He was the psychologist. He said that the main functions of child play was to rehearse actions for various real life activities, risk free environments, so that when confronted with such a situation in real life that learner can be prepared for it. Even John Dewey also said, he was an American philosopher. He also in the opinion that play is rehearsal and preparation of the life. He said that play as a subconscious activity that help an individual develop both mentally and socially, but in distinct from work. Play during childhood prepares children to become healthy working adults. Montessori said play is important for sensory learning. You know, she was the Italian educationist. She opened various kindergarten schools, and she said that play is the child's work. Play can be a sensory experience when children get to use various things. Play helps in development of the senses, and the teacher has to facilitate the play and the training. Play for intellectual development that is defined by Jean Piaget. You know, he was the eminent psychologist and introduced various stages of development of the child. Even he said that during the sensory motor stage up to 2 years, the child, through physical interaction with the environment, she develops the concept about the reality. Vygotsky said that play is social development. He considered play to be a leading factor in a social development because of play the child learn many social activity, living together, empathy, helping, so many social activity he learned through play. Development of social skills through play. How social skills developed by play? Unoccupied behaviors. Play is important for observing the unoccupied behaviors because unoccupied behaviors can be observed during infancy when children do not engage in the interpersonal interactions. So during this age, children's benefit in social environment. It is the first step toward the socialization process. In this stage, the children play alone and with toys. Solitary or independent play. Children play alone with their own toys and there is no interaction. Encouragement and appropriate use of toys will also help in enhancing the children's capability and cognitive skills. Onlooker play. Children observe other children's play without actually joining. So this is also important for social development of the child. Parallel play. We can see as a teacher the children at this level play alone, but they prefer the company of other children. Even they copy the act of other children. Associative play is also important for it is also social skills. As the child moves from parallel play to associative play, they are interested in other children's how they are playing, how they are actively involved in playing, what they are doing, what are the coordination between them. Cooperative play. Children play in a group and engage in organized and coordinated games. So here we can say association with others. Children also train the child to play together and for cooperative learning. Next is there are some activities, play-based activities. So children can also learn to share with other childrens like crayon, brushes, and they improve the social and emotional skills. Follow directions, listening and language skills. Copy or create means visual or sensory skills. Visualize an object, their cognitive and imaginative skills develop. So children can play and learn simultaneously of if teacher organize informal activities like arranging cells, stone, and many colors, things, shape, size. So what are the different age? Even the play are different as per the age of the child. 3 years old child the play are different. 4 year child the plays are different, and 5 year. So it is in school the play also should be age wise of the children. Those games which are require them to express themselves in a word and listen the following instructions like language games, memory games are appropriate during these games. Means age wise, language games and memory games are also important for development of the child. Organizing play, in every school there is a provision for organizing play. So preschool institution also need to ensure the following the play. The room for indoor activities should be spacious and easy movement for the child. Even toys that facilitate motor development and cognitive development like blocks, dolls, house, etc. are needed, and children may ask to assert objects as per their shape, size and colors. The teacher should check all materials and equipment whether they are safe or not. Teachers should make children aware about the risk of using the toys, should train enough to the children to be away from the electrical wire and shocking points. The teacher should ensure maximum involvement of the children by deliberately structuring games, materials, items for play as on to encourage interaction. Playground should have equipments that are safe for children like swimming and soft rubber tire also be there. Even these all kind of activities, climbing, sliding, these all should be performed under the proper supervision of the teacher. There are some characteristics for games. Means young children learn best in small groups because it is eliminate long waiting periods and offer more opportunities for peer to peer interaction. Young children's attention span for any concentrated efforts last for about 1 minute more at their age. So introduce activities of shortened duration is a duty of teacher. He or she should introduce activity of certain duration so that each and every child may be involved. Game should be simple and game should provide the opportunity to each and every child. Watch for restless and stop for interest, and do not insist the child to participate in each and every game because their interest, as per their interest, the teacher should enforce and motivate the child. Organize game without winners and losers. Game should be like that. There is no winner and there is no loser. Particular if we talk about the preschool age. Praise and reward should be given. Special tasks should be given to being a leader. Means foster the leadership quality. There should be a play. Play should be like that cooperative behavior may be developed and continue to let children experience the joy of doing and achieving mastery in their own time. Teaching through play, you know, we were talking that teaching should be through play method. Play method is what? Play can also be used for teaching and learning. The play method is based on certain principles which are there. A play is instinctive and enjoyed by the children. Children do not feel learning as a burden. There should be voluntary participation in learning. And during play, learning becomes real, interesting, and easily adjustable to individual needs. During play, the environmental should be informal, and children have neither fear and nor stress while learning. Hence, playway method help in developing the confidence of learner. Learning takes place through doing. Learning should be suited to the needs and interests of the child, and ample opportunities should be provided to the children for self expression. Finally, learning should be related to life situations and not to the books. Is some There are some playway activities like dramatic play, games, and pictures, stories, poems. These are the examples. Through this, we can, as a teacher, we can uh, motivate the child. Children are asked to play different roles as a leader or as a member. So, for example, children can get familiar with animals and bird if the uh, toys and the learning material is being used like that. He also become aware about the size and shape and colors through the games. Even uh, while using the TV, DVD, audio, video, the learner become interested to learn. But here, teachers should discourage the children from watching the violent scenes. Teachers should monitor each and every serials and stories which are being performed on television and CDs. Colored pictures also important for the child because they helps to focus the thoughts of the child. Stories, poems develop the social relations, social domain, social development through the these stories and music. Even cultures also can be nurtured among the children through stories and poems. There are some play-based activities, physical and motor development. Yes, of course, because of play, the physical and motor developments of the child take place. You know, music and many things which are important for the child for motor development. There is an activity as a teacher introduce children to animal through pictures, videos, play music, and ask the children that whose voice is coming. So this is the kind of motor development. Sensory development, ask the children to sit in a circle and blindfold any one child and make the blindfold child to sit in the corner of the circle. So this is the activity the teacher can perform as per the need and available source resources. Cognitive development, they spread some buttons, pebbles, and let children's group them into piles and on the basis of shapes, colors, textures, ask the children which is the what is the color, what is the shape of the learning tools. Ask the children to walk around school indoor and outdoors and collect some small and big objects and place them in appropriate boxes. So these are the activities which depend on the school environment. And in MES-085, you will learn more about the different activities. By these activities, you will be able to teach the child in play schools. It is also important for language development. You know, through games, language also developed. It is also social development, important for social development. We have already discussed. So this is unit 3, use of ICT and multimedia approach in early childhood education. You know, even if we see in the past, the ICT played a very important role during the corona period. Even the child where they are not able to play the outside, they were too much involved in the ICT and multimedia approaches. but it is not every time harmful for the child. It is also having some learning and positive importance for the child. So this is very small slides. Here we will discuss the what are the benefits of adopting multimedia approach in early childhood education, and what are the use of ICT in childhood education. So multiple media approach, ICT is an umbrella term of include that include any communication device, applications encompassing radio, television, cellular phones, computers, and many hardware and software. Even satellite systems also comes under the ICT. As a teacher, we should be aware. So, as well as the various services and applications associated with ICT, like video conferencing, teleconferencing, are also comes under the ICT. ICT is today important because of it's provide easy access to informations. You click and you will get the information related informations. It is even bridging the gap between the informations have and have net it as it take information to mass quickly. Radio and cell phones are good examples in this regard. And today, pupils from all sections of the society are getting increasingly connected through cell phones. So this is the importance of ICT. Many countries which are harnessing the potential of ICT in various sectors like health, education, communication, and so on. ICT is being used in education also, increasingly even in developing countries. It is strengthening the formal, non-formal, as well as on informal education practices also. While ICT is used in formal setup in classroom situations, in conventional system of teaching of learning, but nowadays it is being used in distance education or open and distance learning as well, because many things are reaching the students to the students through the use of ICT. So multimedia is the combined use of several media, print or audio, to present the content, and content may be in different media like video, visuals, audio, animations, and text. Text means print media. Multimedia facilities could be thus a resource to support teaching and learning. And in a preschool setting, technology may not be used for self-learning, but it is supplement the experiences provided by the teacher. Next is what are the use of early childhood education? What is the use of ICT in early childhood education? High penetration rates of mobile phones and radio in increasing their accessibility among the all sections of people. Even television is also within the reach of many, but this mobile phone is reaching to each and everyone. Schools are being provided with computers, ICT in today's as an integral part of children's life at home, at school, even at social structure. Children are using the mobile phones or ICT. Today, there are many preschools in which children are engaged, encouraged to watch program on wall-mounted television in classroom by using even audio, video CDs, cassettes, computers for playing them a part of equipment which are the part of curriculum or syllabus. So many preschools are also using the television for the children. Computer has also now become a common tool for education of preschool because when used appropriately, it can reinforce the learning experiences. Having the necessary ICT facility is not enough, but teachers need to be competent to develop children's capability to learn through ICT. So here, teachers' role also become important. If you talk what studies says, and several Studies reveal that an early start with computers might create a new approach towards technology, which will influence traditional and cultural pattern. So children should be able to experience ICT as a tool with vast possibilities of communication in the 21st. 21st century is the century of ICT. Teacher therefore need to be decide whether readiness for these 3 hours reading, writing, and arithmetics can be done better with the help of traditional chalkboard or through the ICT. I think it should be the blended mode for teaching. ICT role cannot be ignored. ICT for activities, uh, supplementing teaching. Preschool teachers are also required to develop ability to operate ICT because sometimes teacher may not be operate the ICT how it can be useful for the children. And it is the duty of even teachers that they may train the other peer teachers for using the computers because some may have little experience. They may train the other teachers for using the computer or the internet in the classroom. So this is the use of ICT in early child education. This is about the MES-084 block number 4. So this is from my side. If you have any question, floor is open for you. Otherwise, I'll meet next day. Yeah, any question or say goodbye to each and everyone. Yeah, Akriti Tiwari. Please ask your
Sir,
question.
sir, discuss the assignment questions.
Discuss assignment question means I'm not able to understand. Which type of
Sorry.
assignment? See, assignment is integral part of your program. You have to complete your assignment. If you are enrolled in January cycles, then you would be able to submit your assignment by 30th September, and you will be able to appear in examination of December 23. And rest, I think it would be better that you ask or you send email to your study center and regional center. They will be the right person to respond to your query. Whatever I could understand, that assignment should be written in handwritten and by yourself in your language. It should not be bookish. Okay.
Okay, sir,
Sir,
thank you.
what about the exam? Exam also we have to write in our own language, right?
So exams also should be, see, assignment is the preparation for exam.
Oh,
So
okay.
whatever is the method to write the assignments, that will help you in for your further term and examination. For that, you have to submit your examination form in the month of September when you are submitting your assignment.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you, sir.
sir.